Welcome to Thursday Night Live. It is January 30th, 2025. And can you believe we're at the end of the first month of the new year already? I don't know where this last 4 weeks have gone. Tonight we are making pepper jelly bacon wrapped chicken. This is a recipe that has received rave reviews on the Passionate Penny Pincher Facebook page. and it seems like it's super simple. And again, it is 5 ingredients, including the salt and pepper. How's that for easy? So we are starting with some boneless, skinless chicken breast. And I had bought a long pack of it, as I usually do, you know, the family pack, but it's just Ken and I. So I have the rest of the chicken breast actually on the sheet pan here. And I've got it just ready to pop in the oven to cook up. And then I will slice it up and have it available for salads, or to make a grilled chicken sandwich, or to make chicken salad. And so I'll just go ahead and pop that in here when we put this recipe in. And I will be putting a piece of foil over it so that it doesn't dry out. I've already seasoned it with some salt and pepper. You could use any seasoning you want. If I'd had my favorite black garlic, or not black garlic, I'm sorry, it's garlic and black pepper. That's what it is. If I'd had that one handy, I would have totally put it on, but it was upstairs and I've already run up and down those stairs about a dozen times in the last half hour. So I'm just like, salt and pepper it is. So you can season your chicken any way you want, but this is a really easy way to have it on hand for, you know, all those one-off kinds of things. And again, it's just the sheet pan, bar pan, with the chicken breast. You might notice I have them kind of all nestled together, and there's a reason for that, and I'm going to tell you what it is right now. So the other 2 chicken breasts that I'm using for this actual recipe are in this baggie here, and these I have flattened out with the meat tenderizer. Y'all, this thing is one of my favorite unsung heroes in the catalog. When you need to flatten chicken, tenderize meat, it has a flat side, okay, and then you can turn it around and use it to tenderize. So you've got one of those, you know, deer steaks that's just gonna take 3 days to cook if you don't do something with it, or it's gonna be so tough. You look at that. And they're sharp. Like I've always said, you could just keep this under the front seat of your car and use it to hit somebody if you needed to. So no kidding. It's heavy, which is actually a great thing because it does the work for you. It's really wisely, I guess, is that the right word? Ergonomically designed. It is absolute one of my favorite products because it feels good in your hand and it just does the work for you. This, by the way, is also really great stress relief if you've had one of those days. Okay, now I've already pretty much flattened these out, but the reason we're flattening these out is because we're going to wrap them in bacon. These I didn't flatten out, and that's why I snugged them all together so that you kind of have an even layer of chicken, thick or thin, so it cooks evenly. So I'm actually going to go ahead and put these in the oven for the moment and get them started. Don't notice how dirty my oven is. I have a feeling I'm going to have to move the other shelf, but that's okay. We'll do that in a minute. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get those started, and now we're going to make the recipe. So again, I've got 2 chicken breasts here that I've flattened out. I need a knife, and we're going to just cut this chicken in half. Now, I just kind of feel like it says cut in half crosswise. And I feel like and then it calls for 12 slices of bacon, which I would need 6 for these 2. And I think I'm going to cut these in third is what I'm trying to say. So don't you love how I'm thinking out loud right here? So I'm going to actually cut these in thirds so that I have 3 pieces of chicken and we'll use 6 pieces of bacon. So 3 pieces of chicken per breast and use 6 pieces total. Okay, they're not very evenly, but whatever. Whatever, right? Okay, put the chicken goopies off my hands. And although they're just going to get dirty here and again. So if chicken goopies gross you out, you can buy food grade gloves at most stores now and use gloves to do this work. So that's definitely an option. So we've got some, it's called for center cut bacon. I like buying the uncured bacon. That is definitely a thing for me. Probably doesn't surprise any of you who know me. And we're going to use 6 slices of this. So the thing about uncured bacon is you have to keep it cold, like the whole time. So I have a baggie ready to stick this back in the oven. It has a very short life outside the fridge, but it tastes so good. And I really like the fact that it doesn't have all the nitrates in it. I know I'm sure I'm saying that word right. Is it nitrate or nitrate? Nitrate. That sounds better. Okay. Now the other thing you could do if you wanted, if you're like, well, I don't know what else I use the bacon for, is you could lay the rest of this bacon out on that bar pan. So kind of push the chicken to one side, lay the bacon out on the other side, bake all your bacon up at once, and then just, I would wrap it in a paper towel and either pop it in the fridge till you need it or freeze it. We had a church dinner the other night with a potato bar, like a baked potato bar. We had chili and, toppings to put on the baked potato. It was really fun. Anyway, somebody brought the most amazing bacon that she'd baked up, and then she was just supposed to bring bacon bits, but this woman, she's amazing. She's from she's not from Chile and she's not from Ecuador, but she's from South America, and I'm forgetting which country. And so she's an amazing cook. Okay. So this is that kind of bacon, and it's going to be really yummy. So now we just need some pepper jelly and mustard. Oh, and I forgot that we actually have to cook the chicken a little bit before we put it into the oven. So let me grab my pan. And we'll get that preheated over here. Get this out of the way. All right. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take the bacon. We're going to wrap it around each of these pieces of chicken. You can use toothpicks if you want. If you find that, it's not staying put. This seems to be holding up really nicely. It's decently thick bacon. Like my husband likes to buy like whatever's on sale at Tops each month. And I know our freezer's full of it out in the garage, and it's, really thin bacon. So that might need a toothpick, but this is hanging on real nice. So the other thing you could use if you really wanted to get all fancy schmancy for this would be prosciutto. I think before the holidays, I made the prosciutto wrapped asparagus, and that would work with this also, using prosciutto, because prosciutto is really just a different kind of ham from what I understand. Okay, so we're going to lay these in here and let them cook for a couple minutes. And then we are going to spread the jelly on them and pop them in the oven. I've gone from chicken fingers to bacon fingers. So I have a really random question, but this recipe seemed to call for more Ziploc bags than I like to use in one day, actually in 1 week. And I think for me, because I know where my daughter lives in Uganda, Ziploc bags are like treasures. Like you bring something in a Ziploc bag. Whenever I go over, I pack a lot of things and I will put them in Ziploc bags to keep them safe in transit. But then she's got this whole new array. So I would love to know how many of you wash and reuse your Ziploc bags. Because that is definitely something I like to do, but my husband thinks it's stupid. say stupid, but he just doesn't see the value in it. But for me, I think it's, first of all, cost effective, but it's also, you know, what are we putting in our landfills? We have silicone bags that also work, but none of them are big enough for what I need tonight. So I'm using the Ziploc bags instead. So that is definitely an option. The silicone bags to reuse. So I'd love to know what y'all do. Do you use Ziploc? Do you rewash them? I know one of my friends is religious about rewashing and reusing. Now, on the flip side of that, like, I will rewash and reuse, like, the bags I put our bread in, things that have maybe vegetables in them. I do not wash and reuse bags that have chicken, which is really kind of what was hard about that one. So what I might actually do is I'll wash it and I'm going to write chicken on the label and I'll put it back, like, not in the thing, but near it, because we do freeze a lot of chicken. And so, it would be something we could reuse to freeze chicken. Like, I won't put the baked chicken back in it, but I could put raw chicken that we're freezing. So there's my solution. I'd love to hear what yours are. Okay, so we have some pepper jelly. We have some mustard here, a little Dijon. If you followed me for a while, you might remember this, but just in case, or if you're new, I know I have a party going on this week, so hopefully we've got some new friends watching, or you're watching the replay. So Dijon mustard is not always what you think it is. And for years, I bought Wegmans brand because I like Wegmans brand on most everything, until one day I realized that it wasn't true Dijon mustard. And as far as I know, Grey Poupon is truly the truest Dijon mustard, at least that I'm able to find in the stores. Because what you want to see is, I cannot remember what the Wegmans had, but it didn't have the white wine that this has. And that's part of what makes Dijon mustard true Dijon mustard. So there is your interesting factoid for the evening. We are going to turn these little chicken guys over. I need different songs. Hold on. Which is actually very convenient because I was going to talk about these in a minute. I love the little ones for, like, working, pulling the chicken out and stuff, but you want the longer ones so your fingers don't get splattered. All right, so we're going to just let that crisp up for another minute or so, and then it's going to all go right here on the, this is the medium sheet pan, Barstone. You could use any sheet pan. The recipe doesn't say to transfer to a greased wire rack placed on top of a foil-lined rimmed baking sheet. Oh, I missed that part. Well, we can do that. I should read my recipes more carefully. Because, what do I have right here? And it doesn't need to be, it doesn't need to have foil on it in any way. This is our new baking pan that's part of the Brilliance line. Now, we also have this one. And depending on what you're doing, you might like this one better. Because this one, the rack actually stands up high. Okay? So there's a recipe that I make that's like a chipotle chili strip steak, or skirt steak. It's a skirt steak that you slice real thin and make fajitas with it. And I'll put that up here, and all the vegetables go down in here, and all the juice drips on, and it's really amazing. But I think for this recipe, this pan will be fine. If I can get back in there without knocking anything over. Okay, so these are ready. Let me not try to do that. Is that hot? So we have pot holders. We actually have a grip that'll go on the handle there. And we're just going to set these right here on the rack. Oh my goodness. I think the reason you want them on the rack is mainly to keep the chicken so it's not sitting in that bacon fat when it's baking. All right, and now we will take the pepper jelly and brush it over the chicken. So let me just grab the brush, and you are to reserve a little bit of it, so let me do that to put on kind of as a garnish afterwards. About 1/4 cup. Making a mess. Sounds like a typical day in the Knowles house. And this just goes on here. I am so excited to try this. I love pepper jelly. Now, if spicy isn't your thing, you could absolutely substitute a different kind of jelly. I would probably substitute marmalade, orange marmalade, but a raspberry jelly would be good. I mean, honestly, whatever you like. I just think the orange marmalade would kind of give a similar flavor without the zip. So that is an idea. Okay, and because this has touched the chicken, that I'm going to use this scraper to get the last of it out because, you know, I don't want to waste. But this scraper then has to go not back in that bowl. Alrighty, and this is ready to go in the oven. So let me just do that real quick, and then I have a few more things to show you because we have a bunch of sale things going on right now, and this all ends tomorrow night. So let me do this. Oh, good grief, you think I've never done this before. There we go. Put our pan in. And set a timer. So, hey Google, set a timer for 20 minutes. The chicken breasts take about 30 minutes, 30 to 45, depending on the temperature. This is a hot oven. It's 425 for this recipe. So I'm assuming that the chicken breasts are going to be done. But what we'll just do is we'll just use that handy dandy thermometer that I love so much that is not hanging over there. Here it is. Yeah, so we'll use this to temp the chicken and make sure it's actually done. This actually has a wire, so if you don't want to be bothered with opening and shutting your oven door, you can just use the wire. Here it is. And this is awesome for things like a roast or turkey or ham. You put the probe in, okay? I'm not going to actually do it right now, but you'll get the idea. Put the probe in, stick this into the fattest part. Okay, there's the probe. Stick that in, and this will fit out, just sit out here. In fact, it's got a magnet, so it'll stay put on your stove, and this you would wind through, and the oven door will shut on it just fine. So that is a way to be able to watch the temperature without having to open the oven door a lot. But I find that, you know, unless I'm not sure of the recipe, or I'm doing like a random roast that is just however many pounds. Most recipes are pretty accurate, and so I just double check to make it's done before I take it out. So, all right. So there are several things that are 20% off in January, which means that ends tomorrow night. And I just wanted to make sure that y'all knew what was going on and didn't miss out if that was something you were interested in. So I'm going to start low to high. Low to high is starting with this little cup zester that came out in the fall. And if you have not seen this before, it's very clever. So this is the zesting part right here, okay? And I'm going to see if I can zoom in just a bit. So hold on. Zoom in without making it too scary looking. Can I do that? Oh, maybe not. Okay, well, I'll just put this down a little bit. Okay, so the idea here is that it's very easy to zest things like if you need, oh, I'm really cooking now. You need Parmesan or lemon zest or lime zest. I always say lemon zest and lime zest is one of the few things you can't buy at the store. You have to make it. And also great for grating ginger. So you just take this and you just kind of can circle around and rub it any way you want. It doesn't have to go in any particular direction. Hey, Christine. And it collects in this base that has markings on it so you can see. Can you see how much is in there? And so you can say, okay, I needed, I don't know, 2 tablespoons, and it's at, what is it at? 1 tablespoon, okay? So you can grate right in here, measure right in here, and then it stores right in here. So I can put this in my fridge just like so. This normally retails for $20. It's on sale this month for $16. So that is the cup zester. The 1 cup prep bowls are on sale this month. So you get 6 of these with the lids. I love these. We have 2 sets in the cupboard, and almost constantly, most of them on the fridge with something in them. And so set of 6 with the lids, normally $25. This month they are on sale for $20. We have the silicone set of 3. So it comes with a spoon, a spatula, and a third piece that I didn't have handy. So 3 of the silicone pieces normally retail for, for $48. I can't read my handwriting. For $48, and this month you can get them for $34 and some change. The large tongs that I was using here a minute ago, these normally retail for for $26, and they're on sale for $20.80. So these are all 20% off flat across the board. I have 3 of these in my tool turnaround, plus the little set. So 3 of the big ones, plus the little set, and they are almost always all in the dishwasher by the time we run it. We use them so much. So super handy. To get my washcloth really stinky over here. But I have sticky on my hands. I must have dripped some jelly on here somewhere. Okay. Next on sale this month is the ever popular food chopper. This is still the #1 thing that I get orders placed for heading into Christmas. It's just every year without fail, they'll pop up on my screen, people ordering food choppers. So if your food chopper is ready for replacement, if you need a second one for your camper or your cottage on the lake or your house in Florida or whatever, this is a good time to get it. 20% off. Normally retails for $45. This month it's on sale for $36. And of course, anything you order can be shipped right to your door. And these prices do all end tomorrow night at midnight. So next is the large loaf pan. So these came out in the fall, and they are absolutely beautiful. So it's that same brilliance like what we just put in the oven with the chicken on it. And these they're extra long, which turns out is great. You can make a longer loaf of bread. It's also fantastic for things like meatloaf. And I made a lasagna in here back in the fall when they first came out, and the noodles fit perfectly. Like, it's just like perfect. They come with lids. These normally retail for $70 for the set, and they are on sale for $56 for this set. So 20% off these. Really great for family meal times and doing prep and that kind of thing. All right, sweet potato. We're going to use the Rapid Prep because I want to show you, in case you haven't seen it. This thing is amazing, but I also wanted to show you the peeler. Let me move this. Because this is one of those I didn't know until I knew moment. I didn't know how amazing this peeler was. I thought, why did we bring out a new peeler? We have peelers. So these are my 3 peelers now, okay? This is the one I got 30 years ago when I started my business. This came in my kit, and it still is a pretty good peeler, okay? I mean, this is a sweet potato. This is when they upgraded it with this ergonomic design. So this was maybe 10 years old, still a really good peeler. Okay, but this baby that came out last fall, this swivel head, so you can do it this way if you like, or this way. Okay, this thing is amazing. I took one to Uganda, and it's hard for you to see how much easier this thing goes through. And you said the other peelers were fine, right? But especially for things like sweet potatoes. So I took one to Hannah in October, and it was one of those things where she looked at it the way I looked at it, which was like, do I really need another peeler in my life? It turns out we did. So if your peeler has seen better days, this is not on sale. I just wanted you to know about it because it's amazing. All right, that is my half-hour timer. So we're going to go a little bit over because I want to show you the last of these things. I think the fact that the Rapid Prep, I need to finish peeling my potato. I got distracted by that silly timer. The Rapid Prep mandolin here will make French fries. Oh my word. Out of this is just amazing. Amazing, amazing. So I'm actually going to throw these French fries in the air fryer to have with my chicken. Okay. Get that cleaned up. And get this baby set up. So it comes with the, this set right? Yes. We use this for French fries constantly. And just gets all popped together very easily like this. And this is how quickly, I knew that wasn't going to fit. Let me cut that in half. Let me think, how's that going to work? Do it that way. All right, fit that in there. All right, there's my French fries ready to go in the air fryer. This is such a huge time saver, and it's all dishwasher safe and very user friendly because you, instead of sliding across a blade, the blade is sliding across the food. And as you can see, your hands are never anywhere near those blades anyway. All folds up nice and compactly to go in your cupboard. And if I can fit it in my cupboard space, which is pathetically small, you'll find plenty of room for it. It'll be so worth it. So that is normally $70 this month. It is on sale for $56. This was hands down the second most popular item that people were ordering before the holidays. So if you didn't get your hands on one when it was on sale in, I think it was early December, if you didn't get your hands on one then, you can get it now, 20% off through tomorrow night. And on my VIP group, there is the link to the mystery host party that's going on, where when you place an order, you will be in the drawing for at least $230 in free products. And again, that is all through tomorrow night. So if you haven't had a chance to check that out, make sure you do so. And just know that the sale prices are going to be coming to an end. All right, the last thing I want to show you is the Prep and Store and Save. I touched on this a little bit last week, and it's all on sale right now. And just to give you an idea of why I love it. So I didn't get the thing out of my fridge. I forgot to have it sitting out here. So you can just set these right here, okay? And you're using your food chopper because you need to chop an onion. You do it right on here. There's a little lip here so things don't push off, and it's also weighted so that when you get things on this end, it doesn't flip. Because if you think about it, as you're pushing food into the containers, it's going to get heavier off the edge. And so they put this weight on this end to keep it in place. So it's just so cleverly designed. And there's room for 2 of these. Okay, I don't have 2 in, but okay, they'll fit in here, and you can also do it on the sides. So whichever works for you. The way I have it set up right now, this is what's going to work. So I'm actually going to take this one out because I don't need it at the moment. But to give you an idea of what a time saver this is, especially if you like to do food prep, I like to have chopped onions in my fridge to throw in an omelet at any time, or recipes call for chopped onions all the time, right? That's just one thing less to do as I'm making dinner if I already have them prepped. And this is how easy. Scooped it right into the container, and there we are, ready to go. The lids have vents on them, so you can choose to vent or not, depending on what's in there. With onions, I do not vent. But with blueberries, I absolutely do. So there's my chopped onions, ready to go. I put the lid on. And I'm going to shut the vent because I don't really want to stink up my fridge. And they're going to go in the tray. So let me bring the tray out so you can remember what that looks like. So this is the tray. And you can fit up to 3 of them on here. It slides right in your fridge, and it is absolutely exactly the same size as a 12-pack of soda or a 12-pack of beer. Of cans, it's the exact same size. So it doesn't take up a lot of space in your fridge, and it does a whole lot of good. So I bought blueberries this afternoon, and so I need to rinse them. So we're just going to throw these into a strainer. Well, actually, I'm not going to waste your time because that'll be off camera anyway. But you get the idea. I'm going to rinse them, and then they're going to go in this container. I'm just going to throw them in for now. This is a full quart of blueberries. So pretend I've rinsed them off. And they're going to all fit right in here. Whoops. Except for that one I threw on the floor for the dog, who doesn't even really like blueberries. So there they are, all my blueberries. And it's got the little grit on the bottom so they're not going to get soggy. And then I will use a lid here. And this one I will leave vented because I want the blueberries to breathe. So that is how versatile these are. Fruits, vegetables. I can put chopped cooked chicken in here once that's done, and have it ready to throw in my salads, chopped up peppers, all the different things that you either want to have prepped or keep fresh. So one of the ones in the fridge has cilantro in it. One of them has parsley in it. So all different kinds of things that will keep nice and fresh in the fridge and the food storage system. So this comes hand in hand with that cutting board, or you can purchase either of them separately. All of them are 20% off this month. All right, friends. Well, that is it for tonight. And I'll take pictures of the chickens when it's done. I wish I could feed it all to you. But I hope you enjoyed this particular one. Because this is another author's recipe, just like when I cook from Half Baked Harvest, I cannot share the recipe with you. But if you go back and watch the video, that was 5 ingredients, including the salt and pepper, which I'm realizing now I forgot to put on. So, pretty simple. Chicken, bacon, jelly, mustard, salt and pepper. $4.25 for 15 to 20 minutes. So, all right, I think my dog has found her ball. Can you hear her playing in the background? And she's ready for Mom to sit down. So I'm going to sign off for tonight, but thanks for joining me live or watching the recording. I hope this was helpful. Have a good night.